Welcome to the Chattabox with your host Nicole Parchani. Today I'm joined with one of my best friends from episode 1, Rachael DeGroot. In this episode we talk about so much stuff, but why spoil it for you? Just keep on listening.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. It is 56 degrees, mostly cloudy, with a high of 58 and a low of 44.
Oh my.
You know, by the way, I just want to dispel the lie that it rains a lot in Seattle. Like, okay, it rains, but it rains everywhere. People, get over it, okay? It's not that bad. It's stunning in the summer, and you should totally get your ass over here.
I forgot to
Thank me
mention
later.
here on Chatterbox we also speak facts. So it does not always rain in Seattle.
Exactly. It does not always
rain. I will, though, keep the fact that it does always rain in Holland. Or most of the time. This whole week is going to be absolute shit.
That's why more reason you should move to the West Coast.
Is you trying to pay for my visa? You trying to get married?
I mean, I can help. You know, I'm willing to help. Lend a
Are
helping
you trying to
hand.
get married so I can get that visa?
Me? You want to marry me?
Just
I don't understand how that would work. I'm not an American.
Oh my god! So we're both immigrants.
Marry me won't do anything.
We're both immigrants.
Won't do you no good.
But yeah.
Do you feel like it affects your mood? The rain?
It depends. I mean, now. Okay, well, I'm lying a bit. Lately, it has not really been raining. Today, it was kind of shitty. But I mean, with stuff still in terms of Corona, like you can go to the terrace now, but you only have a certain amount of hours that you can sit on a terrace and like drink and stuff. Like that just opened. Restaurants and stuff just opened for dining and drinking outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Stores, before we had to like reserve, we had to go online and reserve times. Some stores have 45 minutes you can stay, some 15, 30. Now you can just go in.
Yeah, it used to be like that.
Yeah.
It did used to be like that. Like in the beginning of quarantine, you also had to like make a reservation for some stores to go in. But now I feel like it's a little more chill, even though the numbers have been going up. So I'm confused.
I think the numbers also have been going up here too. But yeah, of course, everyone does not want to be in their house. So now that stores are open without reservations and we can go outside and drink and eat, everyone's like, the fuck? Corona don't exist no more. You go outside and you're like,
yeah.
Oh my god, there's so many people. Did you get your shot yet? You trying to get You didn't?
What'd you say?
Are you trying to get
I haven't
5G?
gotten it yet, no.
No, me either.
No, I don't. I mean, the 5G thing is fucking stupid, but I mean, honestly, like I haven't gotten mine yet. I don't know when I will. I'm not going to make any promises. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I think vaccines are super important for public health. But at the same time, I haven't gotten every vaccine ever made. I've gotten a lot, and I'm here alive and trucking. So I think, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll figure it out.
In Holland, I think they started administering it April or maybe now, May, for like the general public. So I'm probably going to get mine June, July.
For me, it just like, I don't know. As much as I'm a supporter of science, I just personally don't like putting unnecessary things in my body. I've just always been that way. And, you know, like I know like, yes, a vaccine's job is to make your body prepare antibodies so that when you contract the real virus, your body will have like already a prepared system to attack the real virus. I just personally think like based on the data on like how, you know, younger adults have been able to respond or have like better or lower symptoms when they do contract COVID, that I can take my chances. And I know some people think that that's super ignorant, but I believe in like strengthening my immune system naturally. And, you know, I've read, you know, and heard lots of studies of other ways to boost your immune system that have helped, you know, reduce the symptoms that you might get if you were to contract COVID. And I am, you know, I wear my mask. I do all the things you're supposed to do. I wash my hands. Like I'm a good human. But for me, this is my body and it's my choice. So I might get it. My parents have gotten it, like, and they're fine. So it's not like I'm against it. I think people should get it, especially if you're at risk. I just for me, I don't know if it's the most important
Yeah.
thing right now.
Yeah,
Maybe in the
exactly.
future.
I
I'm
mean,
not
when the
against
time
it,
comes around
but
to when
it's
they're actually
just
hitting our age group, then we can check it out.
exactly. I also rather people that really need it get it. Like I think, why would I take it when someone else who probably needs it more than me can get it?
Mm.
So, for me it's like it's unfortunate that there's so many people have lost their jobs and are like in financial distress, but it also pisses me off at the same time that like all of these other industries profited
Yeah.
significantly in a pandemic when it's a humanitarian crisis and we still aren't able to support humans, like, and yet it just goes to show me that it's not about
No, it's
people, it's
about
about money.
shiny.
And that pisses me
Yeah.
off. Like as a human, I'm just like, what the hell, guys? Like there's more to life than money. Like the reason we created capitalism, I thought, was to better humanity, but it seems like that's not what it's doing at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, maybe to some extent. I won't say like not at all. But how are you otherwise?
I'm good. I just had some ginger tea. I'm chilling. I got my fairy lights. The mood is set.
We are brought to you by Empower You. Applying for college or moving abroad to the US, Canada, or the Netherlands? Not sure what school offers financial aid to Caribbean students? Looking for scholarship resources or just someone to talk to about the experience and get guidance? Check out Empower You. It's a nonprofit founded by yours truly with the values to empower, educate, and expand the opportunities for young Caribbean and minority students. Empower You offers college fact sheets, college application and resume proofreading and editing services, mentorship, and help with college applications or just figuring life out after high school. They secretly offer tutoring services too, but I didn't say that. All of their main services are free. For more information or if you're interested in donating to this fabulous organization, check out their website at empoweryou.online. That's empower you with the letter U, not the word, .online.
Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable.
Yeah,
Just
get
getting comfortable,
comfortable,
guys.
get comfortable. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. I love it because it's the only thing that entertains me, but I hate it because it also makes me feel shitty about myself. So it's like a love-hate.
Yeah. I just, with Instagram, man, you ever notice, and I catch myself sometimes, and I'm like ashamed. I'm like, let me just get like 10 minutes of Insta and, let me scroll through and watch some videos. Bruh, 45 minutes later, I'm like, oh my God, I just wasted 45. Actually, it's not a waste. I was looking at some funny ass videos, but 45 minutes I scrolled through Instagram.
Yeah.
Knowing each swipe, I was like, damn, I'm still on here. But I stayed on it.
Well, it scares me because like I will put my phone down. I'll be like, okay, that's enough. I put it down. I do some work, and then immediately I feel like an addiction. Like I need to check it. Like I need to pick up my phone. Like I
Yeah.
have to look at it. Like is anything new here? Can I? People posted anything new? Can I see? Oh my God, Rachel posted a new story. That's funny, haha. And then like, oh my God, okay, let me put it back down. Let me put it back down. Let's work. Let's work. Oh fuck, I'm bored again. Okay, let me see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Scroll.
It's
Scroll.
it's habit. It's habit. I've had a friend who moved the icon, the app like to the last page on their phone, and they
And that
caught
doesn't help.
themselves. No, no, like, they
I
caught themselves going through the pattern of opening their phone and going to where it was and realized, oh shit, I moved it. It's just like a routine. It's an unconscious
Yep.
routine that we have just to open our
But
phone, go to
the thing
Instagram,
is, I
scroll.
would still have scrolled to the back of the fucking thing and went and found it,
No, well,
even though I know I moved it,
the purpose why she did what was to like not go on Instagram.
not go on it. But
Yeah,
I feel
so
like
she
I
took it out
would
of
do
the
that and then
pattern.
still go on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing of the fact that like Instagram is a lie, pretty much everything. I mean, okay, maybe it's not a complete lie, but a lot of the stuff on there is edited, filtered, not accurate representation of people's life, not accurate representation of who they are or what they would be like if, like you said, met them in person. But yet I believe the bullshit. Like whenever I see those videos where it's like, oh, it's a filter to the not filter, I always believe that the filter was what they actually look like. And then when they move to the not filter, I'm like, wait, what?
I feel lied to.
Yeah, exactly. And so like my dumb, obviously, okay, I'm not dumb, but my brain is like believing the lie and thinking that the lie is reality when it's not even close to the truth. And what makes me like what concerns me, especially cuz like I've been watching, I watch things to learn stuff cuz I'm a nerd and I do that in my free time. But there was like studies that showed that like teenage girls and young women have like their suicide rate has increased like significantly over the past few years since the introduction of like social media. And that really blows my mind because it's like, I mean, for men it's already high, like it's way higher than girls, but it like for girls to go from it like pretty much doubled pretty like from what it used to be.
Hmm.
And it's just like there's so many girls out there that don't feel beautiful because they're seeing images on Instagram or on TikTok of people that's not a representation of who they are, and
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah, social media's there's so many downfalls, but also so many positive aspects of it.
I know. It's like how do you control the good and not get the bad, you know?
But it's not social media. A lot of people are just like, ah, social media is so toxic and stuff. It's like social media is just the agent. We're the fucking we're the ones that are make society is the ones that are making it toxic.
Well, I
We're just
mean the
using social
algorithm
media to
to
do
some
it.
extent like influences your behavior. So like if you know,
Yeah, true.
like if you do certain things, you're going to get more likes or, and the algorithm is built in a certain way to market products to you. That's really what Instagram is now about. Now that it's bought by Facebook, it's all about ads and money. It's not really again serving people, it's serving money.
Hmm.
So it's like
It is not
that's like
serving
my thing.
people.
Like I think technology is fantastic. I'm a big supporter of technology. I mean, there's so much that we can do because of it. But I sometimes worry that technology, as much as like we say we're all about, customers and like doing what's best for customers, are we really building technology that serves people in the way that actually benefits society? Because, as much as like, yeah, Instagram is great and it's a fantastic tool and it brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. I mean, it's helped a lot of people gain confidence. It's also hurt a lot of people, whether that was intentional or not. But we have to be responsible about that. Like, we should actually be learning from this to do better, not just accept it.
In terms of social media.
Well, just in terms of like anything that we build, like we should really consider both the good and the bad impacts that it has on like humanity and then actually try to improve it in ways that better serves the community instead of just better serving how to make the most money.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of these companies are already like rich as fuck, it's like okay, now you are rich and you can continue to be rich. Maybe you are a little less rich if you make your algorithm less money grubby and it helps people. But at the same time, I do agree that at some point you have to be responsible for your actions. Like if Instagram is making you feel sad, then just don't go on it. Delete it.
Yeah, or change up what content you have because the algorithm also orchestrates
What
your
you like
content
and
based
stuff.
on what they think you'd like.
So vulnerabilities. I know that's we wanted to discuss them. But you like made some great points in that voice note that I want you to share them because I thought it was like you were hitting some valid points.
Okay, so yeah, we were discussing just being vulnerable in general and just like what that means to for a person to be vulnerable, true vulnerability. But like, I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, vulnerability is yes, everyone knows what vulnerability is. Everyone to an extent knows how to be vulnerable. But we were talking about what was it? We were just going into picking it apart and how I'm sorry, my my mind is blank and I'm like trying to
No,
dig
that's
all
all
these
good.
ideas
Like
out.
I remember so from the voice note you were talking a lot about like how like you were saying your opinion was being vulnerable wasn't hard and that
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
what it was about was the fear of what the other person's reaction was going to
Yeah.
be to the thing that you were being vulnerable about. And to me, like like I think being vulnerable is hard because like it's like living really honestly and like being so secure in who you are that even though you're being vulnerable and like you're sharing something with yourself with this person, even if they have a good or bad reaction, it doesn't change your behavior or it doesn't make you less willing to share that side of you again,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, because we said it on the other when we did the podcast with the girls. Side note, check out that podcast, guys. It has the whole gang. Plug that one in there. Um, what we said, well, yeah, I was saying that vulnerability itself isn't hard. It's not. That's not the hard part. It's being vulnerable and not knowing how that's going to be perceived on the other end of who or what you're being vulnerable with. And I think a lot of the times when we choose to be vulnerable and it isn't received well, I described it as like we are building a brick wall, and our brick wall is kind of like our defense. And every time we're vulnerable, we take a stone down, and if it isn't perceived well, put the stone back up. And then
Plus
another
another
stone.
one.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
another stone goes, and then we choose to be vulnerable at a certain time, and it is perceived well, stone stays down. And then another time, and it does not perceived well, or it just doesn't go the way you thought it would go, or you hoped it would go, the brick goes back up, and so on
And
and
it's
so
I
forth.
feel like it's interesting how like I you know humans are social animals and so it makes sense that like we naturally want to fit in, but it's interesting like how much we're willing to sacrifice like who we are just to fit in. And it's I don't know, like I remember I shared with you like this one memory that I have that's like imprinted in my mind of an instance when someone else's opinion changed my behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll share it with you guys because I think it's like kind of adorable, but also I look back at it and I'm like furious with myself.
Wait, why is it
But like I used
adorable?
to, because it's Barbie dolls, man. Like
Oh,
Barbies are
that you mean?
cute.
Oh, not the actual situation. I
Oh
was
no,
like,
not the act like
that
the like
situation's a little
just
fucked up.
me playing with Barbie dolls like is cute in my head.
Yeah,
But yeah, I used to be into Barbie dolls, I'm a girl, I'm sorry. Like I like that shit. Okay, I got me a new Barbie
don't
and a Ken
apologize.
and I got one like every birthday and like that was my thing and I loved playing with them. And then one day I went to my friend's house and she had a friend over and we were just like talking, as kids do, and the girl said like, "Oh, only like big kids don't play with Barbie dolls. Like only little kids play with that shit." And my dumbass brain was like, I'm a big girl, so I can't play with Barbie dolls, and I never fucking played with them again. And I'm pissed at myself because I'm like, fuck, like I enjoyed playing with them, and I stopped playing with them because of something someone else had said. And I couldn't even tell you what this girl's name is. Like I don't even know what she
Yeah, the
looks like. Like I
irrelevance
couldn't
of this
even
girl in your
like
life.
irrelevant. But the fact that she made that comment changed
Yeah.
my behavior, and it took me a while like to realize like, okay, well, was that the first time that I did that? And like, how many other times have I changed how I behaved or said that I didn't like something that I liked or acted different or, just to fit in or just to be liked?
Yeah.
And
But
it's
I
like,
mean,
why did I do that too?
and I
Where did that
mean,
incentive come from?
with what you were saying about how, we all try to fit in into an extent. I mean, that has to do with how society is built. I mean, have trends and marketing, everything is so that a lot of people buy into a certain trend. When it's just that's just how society is. It's all having to do with marketing and what's selling and what's more popular, and more people buy into it, and then it's just becomes a societal thing at a certain aspect. So it's not just everyone just trying to be like everyone else. It's an orchestrated environment. you know
That's kind of creepy that you said it's like an orchestrated environment.
it
It's like
is. What do you think marketing
matrixy.
is?
I know marketing scares the shit out of me, man. Like
Marketing's actually
it
pretty interesting.
scares me
it's
half
it's
to death.
very interesting how marketing works, because
And
it's
it's
it's the
ooh,
psychology behind it.
it's messed up, man.
Uh-uh.
It's crazy. It's like
It is
it's
messed up.
brainwashing,
It's manipulation.
manipulation at its
That's pretty much what
core.
marketing is.
It's crazy. Like the fact that in our society we value a marriage or the strength of a relationship based on how big a man buys a diamond for a woman. someone of African descent had to go in these stinking mines and risk their freaking lives so you could have that stupid fucking rock on your hand, just so that you can show it to your friend and be like, look, bitch, my rock is bigger than yours. And this is all because some freaking ad on TV convinced you that love is measured by the rock on your hand.
I think that might actually be the exact quote they use on these things.
Yeah,
But
something like love is a diamond. Like,
It's interesting
diamonds last forever.
But I mean, if you look at ads, if you look at how they place the photos, let's say they're selling a diamond ring or a diamond necklace or whatever the fuck, the way they orchestrate these things, you have normally a woman, very pretty. Most of the time, she's Caucasian. And she's all dressed up, most likely a nice black dress or something, red lipstick. The way we perceive
Something
these things,
European classic,
exactly,
like that.
exactly. The ring is positioned, she's smiling, so you know she's happy because she has this ring. The way they orchestrate the words on the marketing, on the advertisements,
The guy's excited, he's nervous,
exactly. Everything is put into place. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to sell a fairy tale. They're trying to sell an idea or kind of like a lifestyle. Yeah, they're trying to sell a lifestyle.
There are many, I think, like, examples in our culture, whether it be in like TV shows and movies, or like we're in like friend groups where if a guy does buy, like, can't afford a diamond ring, or like can't, give you that big 50 carat, I don't know, whatever, there's like a shame that is felt, or like people like are judging that individual. And it's like, again, why do people judge in the first place? But you were also saying, like, a lot of the times people judge because they have no attachment to the thing in which they're judging.
Yeah, well, that's one aspect. I mean, in life, everyone's going to judge. That's how humans work. We're going to judge. We're going to have preconceived notions on what a person is about, what this object is, that's just how we protect ourselves before we actually immerse in whatever we're judging, if we actually get into it. But yeah, in terms of if we were to judge, like, the person, take your scenario with the Barbies, that made you happy playing with the Barbies. That was your hobby or whatever. And this person who has no attachment to that pastime, no attachment, probably doesn't even give a shit about Barbies, made a judgment about something that you have an emotional attachment about, and that, in a way, that shouldn't, if we look at it in that perspective, we can go like, okay, well, this person has nothing to do with Barbies anyway. They don't know what the fuck, this is. They don't know what that means to me. Yet, why did we let this person who has no attachment to what I have an attachment to affect how I feel about this? And if we look at it that way, then it's kind of just like, no, I'm not going to let you. You have nothing to do with what I'm doing. So why is it that your opinion just changed, yeah, influences me on something that I have a huge attachment to, you know? But yeah, I mean, especially if you grew up or are around people for a while who is just not valued your vulnerability, not valued you just, opening up, and that kind of pushes somebody to just not open up. So whoever they end up interacting with, who does value vulnerability and does value those kind of things,
take down the brakes.
Yeah. Exactly, because they've learned to just keep that shit to themselves.
As much as like you can be vulnerable, like you're not responsible for how the other person reacts. So like even if you are vulnerable and you don't get the response that you want, you have to be so steadfast in your beliefs about yourself that it doesn't matter whether that person liked or disliked whatever it was you were vulnerable about. Feedback is good, but at the end of the day, like, you have to believe in yourself and just in your taste and know that you like what you like, and you don't have to explain that to anybody.
Yeah. In terms of you just doing your thing and not trying to let other people's opinions or judgments affect you doing your thing. Everybody is going to judge. That's just how humans are. It's going to happen. And you may not like what they're saying. But if you know that if you do what you do, knowing that, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be judged. They might say this, they might say that, but who, like, just jump in anyways, because it is gonna happen. You can't control what people are gonna say.
People want to control what people say, like you want people
Yeah,
to
of
treat you the
course.
way
I mean,
you
people want
want.
to always have two hands on the steering wheel, but that's just not how life goes. You only have, I mean, do drive with two hands on the steering wheel.
I
Just,
mean, you don't have a license, so you really shouldn't be giving nobody advice on how to drive.
yo, stop telling my business. But yeah, I mean, everybody does want to have as much control as possible, but I also need to remind myself that to a certain extent, we only have control over certain aspects, and then the rest you kind of just have to leave it up to the universe. You know,
It's
you
hard,
kind of have
man.
to just trust in the process. Do what you can, and what you can't do or what you cannot control, just accept
Yeah.
that. And I'm slowly trying to, integrate that into how I am, and just, I mean, it's a little easier on the mind knowing that it's like, okay, I've done what I can, and the rest will just fall into place if that's the path that this is going on. But yeah. But when you were saying, like, with not being able to control other people's reactions and stuff, that's what true vulnerability is. Being completely just open and just bare, knowing that it may not go the way you want it to go. That's true vulnerability. Diving in, knowing that it's like, this might not end well for me. This might not go the scenario that I had in my head, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Perceive me however the fuck you want. That's not my
Problem.
problem. Yeah, if you think I'm a certain way and then how I actually am goes against how you thought I was, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
That's not that's out of my control as well. I mean, take Instagram for instance. When people see other people's profiles, they don't know them personally. They just know them through their profiles. They're seeing an image. They're seeing a personality that may differ from the
If you were
person
to meet them in
in
real
real
life.
life.
Yeah.
Exactly. And or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's the same, but it's perceived differently online than they thought you were offline. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, with Instagram, I get that happens a lot because you don't really see everyone's life. Nobody's posting their
They're bad
entire
days.
business online.
Yeah.
It's also, if you're feeling like shit or you're just having just an absolute ass of a week, you're not gonna go on your phone and be like, having an ass of a week, like, hate myself today. Like, you're not gonna go on your Instagram and publicize you
But I
feeling like
feel like
shit.
why, like, would that be a bad thing if people actually shared how they really felt?
No, it wouldn't be a bad thing. It's just, I mean, how I look at it, this is how I perceive it personally. If you're feeling like shit, the first thing you think of is not going to go on Instagram and publicize that. Not because you don't want to be perceived as a person like, oh no, she's having a bad day. It's just when you're having a bad day, I don't think
You
the
want to
first
do
thing
is
you want to
share
do is
it.
just go on
Yeah, I
Instagram.
feel that.
Yeah, you just kind of just want to have your
I
bad
feel
day.
that. And I could definitely
But if
see
you're
it.
having a happy day or you just feel good and you're outside, like, let me take a photo of a tree. Oh, this puddle of water looks nice. Let's post that.
Like, as much as I do think it would take more of an effort to show a bad day, because, like, you obviously are just having a bad day and you're maybe not feeling super productive. But sometimes, like, when I see other people have a bad
Mhm.
day and I see, like, them just being human about how they feel and what they're going through, it's, like, calming in a way. It's, like, reassuring, like, okay, well, it
Yeah,
seems that normal people have bad days and it's, like, totally fine.
yeah. It humanizes the people on Instagram. Funny enough, you know? Wait, Harsha, when was the last time you cried?
I cried the other, like, I want to say when I was PMSing, I'm not gonna lie, like,
Normal.
I cried. At one point I called my mom and, like, I mean, I
Yeah.
told you, yesterday about some stuff because I was just so overwhelmed and I felt like guilty, but also just like I guess my hormones were surging and doing what the fuck ever they do in there, like, causing all of this. And so, yeah, I like cried a little bit, but I feel like crying is always therapeutic. I always feel better after I cry. Sometimes I like to have like a nice, good cry.
Yeah, boy. And those sleeps hit different.
Yeah, they do
Yo,
hit
after a
different.
good, very like
Cry.
hardcore cry, those sleeps hit different. Yo, you knock right out. Wake up next morning like, damn. Yeah.
It's not bad. Like, I mean, you shouldn't cry every single day, but like it's good to cry now and
Yeah,
again.
every now and again, have a good cry, and then have a nice
But yeah, people don't
deep
show
sleep.
it. And I mean, I feel like it'd be awkward to film myself crying. But I think it's good at least just to talk about the fact that we cry.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm human and I cry.
Hi, I'm Rachel and I cry. Hi, Rachel. It's
But
natural.
I
It's
don't know.
human. It happens.
Being human is hard though. I feel like people don't give enough like credit to how hard it is to be a human. Like there's just so much stuff that you are expected to do, like whether like you have cultural bullshit to deal with,
Mhm.
family bullshit to deal with, being broke bullshit,
Career,
like
school.
adulting bullshit. There's just a lot of stuff and people deserve to know like, hey, you listening to this podcast, you're doing a great
You're doing
job. Just so
great
you
today.
know, you're doing great today.
Stop
You
being hard
are
on yourself. You're doing the
you're
best that
doing
you
so
can.
good. You're
You know
doing way
what?
better than you were last year, last month,
Yesterday,
yesterday.
2
Okay.
hours ago. Also, you look good today.
You look great, hottie. Oh my God.
You look. Wait, give us a turn. Turn around. Yeah, bend over. Leg up. You look cute.
Do a little twerk.
Yeah. But I think like a lot or a big, I don't know if this is just within our generation or something. I mean, a lot of us, including me, are hard on ourselves. Like worst
Extremely
critic.
hard. But I think it's
You're
like hard. Like our generation has a lot on our fucking plate. We have to deal with climate change,
yeah,
as much as
thanks,
the
boomer.
older adults like to just pretend like this is not a problem. Us young folks know it's a problem because we will have to live through it. So
Yeah.
we actually do care. Two, like so many kids have freaking debt, which is ridiculous to put a burden on a child. Three, like people work jobs they freaking hate, which is really sad. Like I think people should really just do what they love. As much as I know, like we need employees, I feel like we can figure it out. I
Mhm.
just don't think society is structured
Also,
correctly.
a big four, we're going through a fucking pandemic.
Oh yes, like, and people like to act like we're not.
And let's highlight
And
number
it's like
four.
we totally are.
Yes.
Like what the hell? Like we
Going
should
through
be
a
relaxing,
pandemic.
we should be rejuvenating, we should be healing right now. But
Yeah.
no, what are people doing? Working,
Well, I
stressing
mean,
out.
hardship people gotta work. Like people gotta.
I know, but it's like sad that we live in a society where in the middle of a pandemic people are forced to work because if they don't work, they will starve.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's ridiculous. That's a little like we have so much money on this planet and you're telling me we can't figure out a way to distribute it in a way so that it actually serves people instead of people serving money.
If humans had a fucking like tagline on Earth, it would be "We're here for a good time, not a long time."
That is a good one. The reality show Humans, they're here for a
Yeah.
good time,
Yo,
not a
all
long
these
time.
aliens watching us like, oh, what's gonna happen next? What are they about to destroy?
Season 10, the finale.
Season 10, climate change does its thing.
Yeah, like
Global warming does its thing.
the cows are farting too much. That's literally our problem.
Okay,
Like the
you're gonna need to like
cows.
explain that for people who don't understand
No,
that.
okay. So,
Just randomly throwing in the cows are farting too much, man.
so cows produce methane gas as a natural byproduct, like how we fart, they fart too, but they fart bad gas. And because we eat so many cows every year, they fart a fuck ton. So much so that all the farting from all the cows is like fucking up our atmosphere. But if people would just stop eating so many cows, we would have less farting cows and then we could just help the planet some more. But the thing that I'm all for climate change and I think it's real, and people that don't think it's real, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but
Also, let me just throw
someone
in
had
there
to
too.
tell you.
The Earth is round. Let's just
Oh,
add that in
yes.
there.
Yeah,
For
let's
you
add
flat
that too.
earthers,
The
the
earth
earth
is
is
round.
round.
Okay, it's not a
Anyway,
conspiracy. I do want to do an episode just on my favorite conspiracies, but the earth is round and climate change is real. Like, I understand climate change happens, but what we're saying when we say climate change is that humans are doing shit to make it
yeah.
worse. And
Bro,
frankly,
it
we
may
live in a very finite band of temperature. And if you want to fucking rock the boat and roast us all like turkeys, fuck you, okay? Some of us want to live and go and explore waterfalls and drink out of rivers, okay? Can you stop it? Now, my problem with climate change is that I hate that people blame people because as much as yes, it is actions that you and I do every day that does impact the environment, companies play a very big fucking role in this. And if companies just change how they
definitely.
manufacture products, it would make it much easier on consumers. Because why blame the customer when you can blame the person that's making the product in the first place? And if they change how they package their products, people wouldn't have to decide if they want to buy fucking potato chips or
Yeah,
kale because the
exactly.
potato chips are in a biodegradable bag.
Exactly. It's
Like
all
there's
about
certain
it.
things that to me is just stupid to blame people when like it could be easily handled if companies just fucking own their shit and own their responsibility in the shit that they make for the rest of us. Like, yes, we're already paying you. Just make it good shit so we don't fuck up the planet.
Damn, take a breath. Take a breath. No, but you're right. And a lot of the time if companies start taking responsibility and actually like stop greenwashing and make it a more of an
Or
efficient.
diversity washing.
Yeah, that too. When making just throw that one in there. But making it easier for customers. I mean, if you give a customer a choice between a biodegradable something for €5 and a non-biodegradable something for €2, a lot of people are gonna take the non-bio because it's cheaper. But if you make it efficient from the beginning, if
But
you
do you
make
know
it,
why? You know why it's cheaper though? Because they're not actually paying the true cost for that product. Because companies are not held accountable for the pollution that they generate that hurts our environment. So when you're paying less money for plastic, it's because companies aren't actually charging you how much it would actually cost them if they were held accountable for the pollution they generate to make that plastic in the first place. If we were actually charging companies the actual, and then again, this is the other issue I have. We got the earth for free. So who fucking decided how much shit costs when we get everything on this fucking planet for free? Now I understand that there's processes that we use that cost money because it costs human labor and we charge for shit like that. But at the end of the day, like a lot of the shit, like I just think capitalism is all fucking lies, bro. It's all bullshit and we're just feeding into the fucking rat wheel of consumption where our money is always devalued every year, and so you're forced to work till you fucking die because every year your money is worth less, but you're working for money. Explain it to me. And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna drink some water.
stop for a short hydrating break. Also a reminder to
This is why
hydrate.
Gen Z people are sad and depressed.
Yeah, boy. We dealing with the consequences of all these baby boomers and so on and so forth.
Like it makes me mad, bro. We work for money just for inflation to devalue money.
Life's funny.
It just like it's like okay, so who is this economy really serving?
A rich elite amount of people.
Capitalism works, but it only works for some people, it seems, and it
It
just
only
seems like
benefits
the
greatly
game.
to some people.
And it's like I'm trying to be a part of those people. I know I'm trying to have dinner with Bill. You know, I guess Melinda won't be there,
Well, honey,
but
he's single.
that's what
Shoot
I'm
him a
saying.
text.
That's why she won't be there. But like,
Shoot him a
I'm trying to
text.
be up. I want to meet. You know, I want to have dinner with Warren. You know, like let's talk. Let's chat about society. Let's see how we can make the planet a better place for everyone. Like, let's do it, guys. Woo woo. But I also understand that having $1 billion, like, what's the point? You know, all you really need is a couple multi-million. You know, you don't really need like $1 billion is cool, but like at some point,
Like, what are you doing with all that money?
why?
If not in, I don't, not even investing. Like,
If you
are you donating to charity? Are you building shit? Are you like, what are you doing with $1 billion?
Well, I think Warren is using his money through the Gates Foundation. He's like donating the majority of his wealth. I'm not sure what Bill and Melinda are doing. Bezos has a philanthropy where he is fighting for planet Earth, supposedly. I'm not sure. Well, Elon is trying to get us to Mars, so that's where all his money's going. So we can
Mm.
forget about, I mean, we are getting some solar power and some cool electric cars for on the side, which is great. But yeah, I don't know if Elon's trying to stop climate change. He's trying to get us to Mars. And then I don't know other rich people. Jay-Z's up there. I'm not sure what he's doing. LeBron
Chilling.
built a school. So I mean, I don't know, but I also feel like it's unfair to tell rich people what to do with their money because like it's their money, you
Yeah,
know.
fair.
And it's like as much as like I hear the argument that oh rich people didn't work for their money, they just stole it from other people. Like I see that to some degree, but I also feel like rich people are rich because the companies that they own are worth a fuck ton of money. So it's like
Mm.
I feel like people misunderstand sometimes like how wealth is actually, I don't think like they're all walking around with $1 billion like in their fucking wallet, like they have assets that are
Mhm.
worth $1 billion. But I don't know. I wanted all my friends to be rich. I'm wishing financial abundance to all of my
Manifesting a
listeners.
bunch of money for everyone.
We should all, I mean, if everyone was rich, like what would like, that would just be great for everybody, wouldn't it?
Why not just make everyone
Rich
comfortable?
right now.
No, not rich. Everyone doesn't need to have a bunch of fucking money. Why not just bring that amount down
Oh, like
where
how much
everyone
you need
just,
to live a good life.
yeah.
Because again, like what is a good life? Like I feel like from
Yeah,
state to
also
state a good
subjective.
life is different, from culture to culture a good life is different. So that's my issue with equality. Like it's impossible to be equal. Everyone
Yeah, I
wants
know, but
different things.
to choose between making everyone rich, why not just make everything less expensive or everything more manageable financially?
I feel you.
Because then being rich isn't even a thing. We're just fucking living. We're
Living
just,
a good life.
yeah.
I think we're going to be forced to have to deal with that eventually because autonomous vehicles and automation is about to fuck shit up for the middle class, low income people for sure. And then
Mm.
and the truckers are already getting threatened by, these autonomous trucks. And it's only a amount of time before the way that we've been, like, technology is progressing at such a fast pace that it's progressing so fast that there's no way that people that are in those low income jobs are going to be able to train themselves to operate like the higher, more specialized skill jobs that are going to be needed to be filled. With automation and like autonomous technology and all that stuff, the jobs that are going to be most protected from being outsourced to that kind of technology are going to be jobs that involve a lot of creativity and jobs that are too difficult for like a machine. So like for example, being a plumber would be too difficult for a robot just given the complexities of our plumbing systems and like how toilets are and stuff like that. Like being an archaeologist, for example, might be something where people might have longer, it would be more human centered and less machine
Mhm.
centered. Like creative industries for sure, because like currently we don't have a way to code for creativity, but I'm telling you, the engineers are coming, bro. I've seen some shit. People need to be more weird. Like I think people are weird, but they filter their weirdness down. And it's like, why? Be your weird self. The world needs more weirdos, like good weirdos, not creepy weirdos, the fun weirdos, that make jokes and they laugh and they do stupid
Or
shit.
kind of just does their own thing. I love people who just do their own thing and
Me
you can just
too.
look at them and be like, you can tell
That's
you're just on
authentic.
your own vibe.
Yep. And it's like so refreshing to see somebody that's like being themselves and doesn't
Yeah,
care.
exactly.
That's why I love Emma Chamberlain. If she ever listens to my podcast, girl, I love you. I won't drink Chamberlain coffee because I don't drink coffee, but I fuck with you heavy.
ChamberlainCoffee.com.
Yeah,
But yeah.
chamberlaincoffee.com.
But yeah, people who just do their own thing, you gotta give them, whether you like what they're doing or not, credit where credit is due. They're doing
Exactly.
their fucking thing.
Yeah, everyone. That's why I feel like, yeah, whoever you are listening to my podcast, whatever dream you have, man, do that. Do it. Just do it. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Everyone should do whatever it is that they are curious about, as long as it doesn't harm another individual or put another individual, in harm's way or without consent.
I'll do it.
Consent's important. Consent.
I get the giggles. Anyways, thanks guys for listening. This was Rachel and Harsha on the Chatterbox. Don't forget to check out the other episodes. One with Will, one with the girls, and
more with just me, because there will be more of just me. So look forward to that.
Boring. Anyways,
you know what? I'm not gonna have you back on here if you gonna be calling my podcast boring.
Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your evening. Enjoy your dinner.
Live your life.
Your bathroom breaks.
We're wishing you abundance and health and wellness.
Exactly.
You're in my prayers.
Don't forget to drink water.
Comment on my podcast, please. Rate it.
It's getting hot
on Instagram. I mean, what am I saying? Not Instagram. On iTunes.
Anyways, guys,
follow us on Instagram. Follow both of us. Even follow Rachael.
Thanks for listening. Enjoy life. We out.
Mic drop.
I'm hanging up.
Okay. Wondering how you can support this podcast? Subscribe to the Chattabox on your favorite podcasting streaming platform. Rate us and leave a review. Episode that you think others might like. Instagram @the.chatterbox.